What I
Battlefield.
find interesting, just before we move on to Battlefield, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be Battlefield 6's main kind of competitor, I suppose, and in terms of like the two kind of tentpole shooters that exist in the gaming space. But we're on Black Ops 7. I don't think any Call of Duty sub-franchise has gone this long. Obviously, Modern Warfare rebooted into Modern Warfare, then 2 and then 3 of the new versions. There's not... I can't remember. World at War was a one-off. A bunch of one-offs and kind of maybe trilogy-esque. I think Black Ops seems to, for some reason, have just continued through. And I know they've obviously taken it now into a bit more of a future...
it's 2035.
Into a future vibe. So, interesting. How much Black Ops has that cachet to keep going, rather than this being, Call of Duty 2035. See, they've learned from Battlefield 2042, and not doing very well and stuff. So, keeping a name attached to it is interesting.
The one interesting thing, besides the unhinged, like honestly, you couldn't tell what it is. Trailer is the campaign is designed to either be solo play or 4-player co-op.
Oh, nice! That's
the whole
cool.
way through, like not like hop in, help your buddy. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's it. That's the only interesting thing I have from the interview, whatever you called it, standing on tame on stage and reading robo recordings.
The conference, as it's...
Yes,
not really.
Yeah, so 6. Battlefield 6.
Yes.
1 less than 7. It must be worse than the thing I saw a thing about.
Well, Battlefield 6. I think I started off with Lucy saying I was really enjoying it. I liked the first weekend in the beta, and actually I think I'd only played a couple of days because I got a bit of early access into the beta. So I think I only played a couple of days when I chatted with her about it, which I've spent, a few more hours with it sort of since. And there wasn't a huge difference between the first and second weekends of the beta. They introduced another map in the second weekend, which I only played a handful of times, which was the New York map. They very specifically came out and said, we're only putting in small and medium-sized maps into the beta. This is much more about how we can see how things are balanced and testing servers and all of those kinds of things, blah, 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 blah. getting people excited for the experience. And there are a bunch of maps which haven't necessarily been announced yet, but have been leaked a little, which are 2-3 times larger than some of the smaller maps, to give you more of that kind of Battlefield, I suppose, experience, where it's much more kind of tank combat and vehicles and those kinds of things. That was a little bit limited in some of this. But actually I kind of liked it, because what it did was it allowed me to understand the map a bit first. You play as an assault class, understand the map a bit, see the routes, see the lanes and all the corridors that kind of run through it. And then go, great, I'm now going to play engineer for a little bit. And I'm going to sit with this tank because I know that it's going to take these routes. But if something goes awry, I know where I can dart off to disappear and hide and then potentially cover a corridor coming from that kind of point. So I played a lot of Conquest, and I think I actually had my best game as an engineer. Sitting with a tank, and then actually in a tank as well, and going, no, I'm just going to take the reins. One's respawned, I'm respawning at the same time. I can just take this, and just flying around blowing the shit out of people. And it feels fucking good. That's
great.
It's a really, I think, at least on console, a very bombastic, and in the smaller maps, a very fast-paced experience. I don't know if that's on purpose, and they're trying to chase a bit of a COD crowd. But I could see how this will open up onto those bigger maps, and how it will be much more akin to what you expect from kind of Battlefield, rather than a Call of Duty competitor, let's say, or Call of Duty like. And I think it just gave me a taste for what's kind of to come, at least as a beta for the main game, which for me was great. I was doing a little bit of complaint about kind of map size and weapons and a few things, but it's good to get that taste. I can see where they're going to tone some things up and down a little bit in terms of gun balancing and stuff. Like I could run around with a shotgun as an assault class, just blast the shit out of people. The shotgun was so incredibly overpowered in the beta, and you could shoot someone from like 10 meters away and it would still fucking just nail them.
Yeah, I saw Donkey's video, and it was like he was throwing the remote and remotes. He basically was throwing remotes, grenades, and using the shotgun. And just being better than all the other weapons, and then he was like, "I'll use the RPG," and it was just worse than just throwing like what should be a smaller grenade, because it was just not killing people. Like it's like, how is this doing less damage, and it's really inaccurate versus just lobbing a thing.
Yeah, no,
yep, got him.
I found exactly the same. You'd be running around and suddenly a group of like 4 enemies would appear, and I'm like, I'm an engineer. I haven't got much to actually kill them, just my SMG. I'll pull my RPG out, fire it, and actually like, oh, it hit the wall, and the blast radius on it isn't very good and didn't really damage anybody. And actually, I'm just getting like whatever you get 5 points for suppressing an enemy sort of thing. Right. You know, like it's very much geared towards firing straight for a tank, but actually. Maybe the RPG, even in that essence, is a bit underpowered. You know, the RPG essentially just takes off 25 damage of a tank, you know, or 25% of the tank, which, if you've got an engineer with you, is healed so incredibly quickly. You'd be back to full health before the opponent had reloaded the RPG and then fired another one. You know, you would need to be a kind of 2 engineers firing RPGs at a tank to really take it down, or at least support another tank trying to take that kind of tank down. But I found trying to play the other classes and playing sniper on a couple of the other maps as well, like really enjoying the bullet drop and understanding exactly how that kind of works, and having some very, very good tense one-on-one fights with other snipers kind of across areas of the map and things. Like it's been a minute since. But it's giving me all of that. It's giving me everything that drew me into sort of Battlefield 3 and 4. Expands and Battlefield 1, but not the first Battlefield, the World War 1 Battlefield.
That's why I couldn't think of it. I'm like, the one that came after 4. What was it? Oh, it was 1?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, you know, the destructive elements, where buildings collapse and all of those kinds of things are ramped up hugely. So it does feel big, it does feel bombastic. And I think when the full game, it's a shame there's not another open weekend for the game releases where they can say, here is one of the bigger maps, everybody, like, you know, 2 weeks before or something. Come in, play this big map. This is our tentpole experience for Battlefield. You know, play Conquest on this map. And I enjoyed some of the other game modes. There's like a squad deathmatch where ultimately you might be on a bigger map, but you're hemmed into a smaller area. Just run around with a shotgun, shot the shit out of people. There's Rush, which was good and tense, and Kim actually sat with me on the sofa and was watching me play it. She's like, there's a man, shoot him, shoot him. She's back. I kept saying she was sort of backseat battlefielding. She was like, you should look behind yourself more. And I'm like, I should, you're right. But there was 2 guys behind me covering my arse. They should have caught the person who came up and shot me. Like,
yeah. And also, there's still stuff in front of me.
Yeah. And this is the thing. She's like, turn around. Literally turned around and then got shot from behind. I'm like, this is why you don't turn around. So there was it was interesting because, you know, out of the, I suppose it was the second beta available for 4 days. She sat with for one evening and was like, "Oh, you're going to play some more Battlefield tomorrow?" I'm like, "No, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's finished until October." And she's like, "Oh, okay." I was quite happy sat here. Actually watch it.
I mean, that's a good sign.
It is. And she's like, oh, it's exciting. I'm like, you're right. It is exciting. Would you like to have a go? And she's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll watch you play it. Like, would you want to watch me play Death Stranding 2? And she's like, no, don't give a shit. No, don't care about this odd man and his fucking baby. Like, yeah.
I mean, you want to play the game. I don't think you want to watch you play the game.
No, absolutely. Just the sheer solitude of that game. It should be reflected in the play style of that game.
It comes out the day before my birthday.
Nice.
Which will be Aadil 42. It's old, man.
I don't think you get new engines for every version of you, do you? I think
it's
it's
like
just
a new engine,
chugging along.
It
like
runs worse. Yeah, it runs differently. Luckily, the rendering still seems fine.
Good, but that will start to go. Well, hopefully not.
Oh, the rendering's there. The frame rate, though.
The frame rate. That's it.
You can't react to as many things because there's just not enough frames.
Man, the amount of times I can tell my reactions are that little bit slower as well playing something like this, where I'm like, I was going to reload, and someone appeared, and I should have just pulled my sidearm out or done something else. But I was thinking reload, so I reloaded, and I'm like, bollocks. I pressed pull my thing out, but by that time I was already dead. Like I can tell that my reactions just aren't as good as they were when we played a lot, which was, when was Battlefield 1? 9 years? Yeah, Evelyn's 9, so 9 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, this was when Evelyn was just born.
Yeah.
And I was living in Easton.
Yes.
With Alex.
Yeah.
I was going to make a comment. I'm like, nope, we're on the internet. I shouldn't say anything about a guy I lived with who was lovely, but we both struggled during that time.
Yes, yeah. But at least you had Battlefield to...
I did, yeah.
Get you through.
I did. Legitimately.
Yeah. Some very late night sessions.
Yeah.
Had. Which I imagine there's multiple episodes of Tanked Up you can go back to right at the start of our run to listen to what we thought about Battlefield 1.
Oh, yeah, we talked a lot about it. But that was still like 100 eps in or something, right?
Probably. Yeah. It's about
right?
a year or two in, definitely.
Yeah.
So
nice, yeah, probably at 100 eps, but more than a year almost 2 years in. It's usually recording weekly. I mean, even
no, that's true.
Yeah, so go check out episodes and
Yeah, but find out it's more like episode 63 or 64 or something like that. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's even with things like Ghost of Yotei coming out. Is it Sword of the Sea, which has just come out on PS Plus?
Oh yeah, what is that?
And is it Sword of the Sea? It is Sword of the Sea. Sword of the Sea is basically the next game from Giant Squid, who have a bunch of one person who was creative director of Journey on, and they made The Path. Oh, and Abzu as well. So that studio. I think Sword of the Sea is a bit of a Journey-like almost. But maybe a little bit more fast-paced, as Abzu or The Pathless at least kind of was. A few of those games I've been really looking forward to. I think Battlefield is now kind of like, cool, I will drop everything as soon as Battlefield 6 comes out to play. Ultimately,
oh, you were pretty close.
Yeah.
It was definitely 2016. We're talking Battlefield 1. The episodes tagged. The first episode tagged with Battlefield 1 was 53.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which was 2/11/2016.
Yeah.
We talked Mafia 3. Ben gushes about Battlefield 1. Aadil does too. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, of course, their ability. Oh man, this is great. Sorry. This week marks a triumphant return of the beer-resistible Lucy, along with the awesome twosome Ben and Adil. We talked Mafia 3, Ben gushed about Athlete 1, Adil does 2. Of course, there are obligatory mentions of Hitman and Super Hexagon. Just like, yup, that
sounds like us, absolutely.
Yeah, sounds exactly like us.
Perfect. That's the episode to listen to. If you need something from Tanked Up, that is the episode to absolutely listen to.
We need to defend the marked objective. Enemy explosive diffuser objective Bravo. Explosives on Alpha have been defused. Marked objective is under threat. Defend the position. We have depleted most of the enemy forces.
www.outoflives.net.